We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order of the Kinney County Appraisal District Board of Directors. The time is now 5:01 p.m., Tuesday, November 4th, year 2025, and we are in the Kinney County Appraisal District office. We have an agenda that's been duly posted according to law. And we'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. We have 4 of the 5 members present. Mr. Guzman was attending the state band finals in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome. And so we're certainly proud of our band. They did a beautiful job. We were able to be there early this morning, and they did a great job. And stiff competition, though. We're very proud that they made the state finals. Next item to consider is the approval of the August 12th, 2025 public meeting minutes.
I read them twice, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the minutes as written.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
we have a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes as written. Any other discussion on the motion? If there be none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries without opposition. Next item for consideration is item number 3, which is to receive any public comment. We welcome those that are here this evening from the public and otherwise. And do we have any comment? There be no comment, we'll proceed to our next item, which is our county activity report.
Our activity report for November, budget recap, year to date. You see in your sheets, the second one there, actually. We collected 24.9%, which is the first quarter of this fiscal year, and we've only spent 9.5% of our budget so far this year. So we're doing good on that. Then the next one is the collection or taxes. We were really slow up until yesterday. We'd only collected 32%, but we deposited almost $4 million yesterday in the bank. So our total collection for the year at this moment is 62%, which we were at 62% in December last year. And so we're doing real good on collection. That was real good. Appraisal field work is on schedule. Steve and Ward and Allison have been out beating the bush around Brackettville. Been a few little issues come up. Steve got bit once by a dog. Other than that, things have been pretty good. Then staff is continuing to work on certification. Steve is trying to get his scheduling set up to do his review and his class or level 3 appraiser certification completed. And then we'll get more classes scheduled as we move along through 26. Harris Govern, one of the things in our targeted map review that we had last year is staff needed a better knowledge of our CAMA system, our computer-aided mass appraisal system, which is what PAX is from True Automation. And so to fulfill that, instead of trying to get everyone to school somewhere, we have contracted with Harris Govern True Automation to bring someone down and train all of us here on site. It's kind of expensive, but for us to pass the map review and get all that stuff taken care of with the state,
How expensive?
$15,000.
For how many days?
It'll be 4 or 5 days, depending on how things,
And how many people?
the 5 of us here. in the
I know, but
office.
how many people?
Uh,
Trainers.
I don't know. We haven't got those details worked out. We haven't got a time frame yet set up to get that done. Some of it, there's one particular segment of it that will probably be done remotely because of the people that they have available. But there at least be one, most likely 2 or 3 people that come down. So, but they will be in the office. They're the people that make the software are going to be the ones coming to train. So we'll get to learn stuff that we don't even know exists in the software, and how to use stuff that we probably never will use, but at least we'll know it's there and how to get to it. So
The only thing I would hope is that they are good trainers.
yeah,
Y'all are good receivers of
Right.
information, I know that, but oftentimes you get a situation that it's worth the money if you've got the
Right.
training, the
right.
trainers, if they're good at teaching.
And I haven't found out who those trainers will be. They've had a lot of turnover in their uh, offices, and we used to know most of the people that would be doing the training, but there's a lot of new people there, so I can't vouch for them because I don't know yet who are the ones that will be coming down.
Will you or we get a chance to evaluate the trainers' training?
I'm sure I can make sure when we get the date set up to let you all know so that you can come in and see yourselves how things are going on if that's what you want.
That's all I have.
Okay.
I think the names are needed,
Yes,
obviously, and 15,000, it's 15,000.
yes, yes.
So
Well,
get our money's worth.
things are not getting cheaper, and my main concern is Allison and Lori that will hopefully be carrying the weight of the office after the other ones of us that have been here a while are gone. And so they're going to be the main focus to get them in and trained up where they need to be. Because there's stuff that Gene knows, there's stuff that I know, and we probably aren't the best at communicating on how to get there. And so it's good to bring someone else in from the outside to help them, especially the ones that know the backside of the software. So, but that's where we're at on that. And as you've seen, we've got a new carport. The county has allowed us to place that carport on their property, and we also got a new shed. As you can see, we're kind of piled up in here, and we're going to start moving stuff out this next week. We got to get a bunch of file boxes out there that empty out the safe. We should look at this stuff stored away anywhere and everywhere we can. So that's why those are out there. Election. The ballots are in the process of being sent to the entities. Some of the entities have already gotten, some have not. So once the ballots are there, then the entities will vote for whoever it is, because it's Donna and Tim are the 2 that are up this year. So that will be coming up shortly. And no updates on the Fort Clark Springs lawsuit. We are still waiting. Our lawyer, the last conversation I had with Judith, her take on it is this: until she gets a definite date of when the trial is going to be set, she doesn't want to spend too much time on it because she doesn't want to make us spend money until we know we're going to engage. And once that's definitely set, then she will spend the time to get it done where it needs to be after that. After she's got something definite. She's not gotten anything definite. She's heard there's supposedly a date in March. She's not got confirmation on that. So we don't know. Until she gets that, it's just kind of in limbo on her side. But she's ready to go when she gets to that point. That's my report.
you have any question or comment on the activity report? There be none, we'll proceed to item number 6, which is discussion resolution adopting bank depository, that being the bank and trust.
No, the approval of the county district retirement plan.
Oh, okay, excuse me. Item number 5, we'll back up. Discussion approval Texas County District Retirement Plan Agreement effective January 1st, 2026.
This is why we moved the date of the meeting up. It was either approved or disapproved, so we can get it in on time for the. And, so what about our only choice this year was a 3% flat rate increase on the COLA.
What was the impact on the retirees we have now? Did they get a little increased or?
Yeah, very little, I guess. I don't know, but this really was the only option for this year. The other option actually came out to be less for the retirees on this, and it was like 2.7% instead of 3%. So we have.
How do we drive that a little higher? Can we?
I don't think we can, because this is run by the Texas County system.
County District Retirement System.
The state, well, the state is, and those were the only options. This was the most that could be given, is a 3%.
A year or more ago, we made some type of decision on their behalf. I forget what it was. Maybe there was some option at that time.
And different years, there are different options, but this one was the best of what was offered this year. Marcus,
Bill,
and Mary, and
Gee, 3. Any question or comment on the Texas County District Retirement Plan, which will be effective January 1st, 2026?
You need a motion on that?
yes,
Yeah, it is an action item.
it is.
So we would consider a motion.
I'll move that.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second that.
Second by Marla. Any discussion on the motion to approve the retirement plan as presented, be effective January 1st, 2026? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries without opposition. Now, item number 6 is action concerning the adopting of our bank depository being the bank and trust. And this would be for the dates of October 1, 2025 through September 30th, 2027. So a 2-year
Yes.
contract. Any question or comment on that?
What can you tell us about it? The process is already gone through.
Well, as you can see, there
There's
was
something we need to do.
no, they just need to approve it.
There's a resolution.
There's a resolution
Yeah.
in there, and we did not get responses from other banks.
So we went through
Yes,
the process. that
Yes.
We have to go through.
we do go through that, but
That was
because
my question.
they're out of town, they just kind of ignore us. And I would rather ignore them too, because,
So we have a resolution in there somewhere.
yes. So I don't like the idea of running to town several times a week to deposit money in a bank.
Where it was full.
Service rendered.
Yeah, it's so easy just to walk across the street and get it taken care of, so,
Thank you for that.
yes. So there's your resolution.
That's probably in there where we go.
Yeah, it's at the back of the page.
Right there. Yeah. Any question or comment on, yeah. Item number 6, which is the banking functions, our bank deposit. If they not allow me to entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution to adopt the banking trust for the John Allen Bank Depository.
Second, any discussion on the motion to approve the depository?
Everybody has to sign the resolution on that.
There be none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries without opposition.
You will get you different pens.
One for each letter?
You get to get one. Oh, for a donation.
Oh, okay. I was hoping we'd have.
Campaign contribution.
Yeah.
And Mr. Tim, you'll need to sign the previous one, the colon, before you leave today. I'll take that.
I'm sorry.
All right, our next item is item number 7, which is discussion, approval of acknowledgement of directors' duties to be signed by all directors. This appears in our local government code.
Yeah, this is, something new for this year. And, I think it's created for new members, but it was presented here to consider that all members of this board sign it for this coming year, in the January meeting. When we would probably bring in a new director possibly this year, so, it's just something that since it's in the code now, even those that have been on the board previously, we think it would be a good idea to sign it as an acknowledgement of what the duties and responsibilities of the directors are.
I think it's a very good idea. Have a guideline for all of us to go by, and which should generate an understanding
Mhm.
and hopefully obviate any conflict, confusion that potentially could arise. I know in the past that we have, it has been necessary to make some clarifications in the years past about board members being cautious and to conduct themselves in a manner in keeping with the laws. And what that does, just elaborate a little bit more, it basically removes the temptation to perhaps attempt to influence
Mhm.
the staff in any way. And so I'm kind of, I guess you'd say, summarizing and simplifying to a degree that is the thought behind this law being where it is, which is a good thing,
Mhm.
and it should, in my opinion, be well received.
I think the reason it came about, larger districts had to have 2 members from the population voted in by popular vote at a regular election. And some counties weren't able to get anyone to run. And then there were other counties that got people to run, and when they got on the board, they thought they were going to run the appraisal. And so the state is going back trying to correct something they put in the previous session in this session. And so they have delineated very specifically what the duties are for the directors of appraisal districts, so that those that get elected by the general election will have a definite, so that they'll know they can't come in and change things the way they want. So that's basically where this stems from. But it gives all of us a clear understanding of what the role of the directors of the appraisal district are. And it comes straight from the code.
Any other question or comment about this particular item? And we want to basically execute these all at one time, or
January.
January meeting is
Okay.
when,
okay.
so,
And what we're looking for, of course, this evening is an approval to go forward
Right.
with this acknowledgement of the director's duties. So again, any question or comment?
I think it's a good idea. You kind of said that a while ago, but I look back at a few years back whenever I was considered for the job. And I wish I would have had a list of duties given to me,
Right.
or the person or persons plural that contacted me should have handed me something like
Right.
that. And that's something that, it's certainly important to know what you're
right,
stepping into.
right,
And I did not. I had a pretty good feel for it, knowing that you really got to just be here and do
yeah,
the things the best way you can with what you have to work with
right.
as a director or a board member does. So, but that's how I find it. It tells you
Yeah. And
what it is, and I think it's great.
yeah, but after you came on, the state did put out a manual that we've been able to give. I think we gave both to Donna and to Marla before they came on. I think Mr. Guzman received it also. It was a manual that the state produced, but this even brings it down even more specifically, concisely.
And it is in the state guidelines, state manual.
Yes.
This is what we're looking at.
This is the state code, the
State code.
local government code. So the other one is just a manual for reference, but that did come about after you came on.
Well, so I can't say anything about not knowing what I'm getting into.
No, it's all very, very well understood. So
But what kind of action do you need to do? Walking
It's about
Fine.
2.5 pages. Everybody got a copy of it? Okay. All right.
in. We need to take some action.
We need to take action to approve.
What do we need to do? Just adopt it? What do you think?
It would be to adopt it and then to execute it during the January meeting.
Individually.
And we can all do that simultaneously.
Okay.
at the January meeting,
What?
approve it at this meeting, so it will be executed at the January meeting.
So we don't sign it this meeting?
No, you won't sign it at this meeting. Well, you can if you want.
I move to adopt it as proposed within our agenda items for consideration at the next meeting to individually sign off on each.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion made seconded to approve item number 7, which is the acknowledgement of directors' duties. And that is found in section 6.0302 of the local government code.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on the motion? There be none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? And the motion carries without opposition. Item number 8 is the quarterly modified bill report.
Again, this is just pluses and minuses, and this time around, we have some pluses, a fairly substantial one, 51,821. Some of that was due to some property losing its ag appraisal. And I think the other one had to do with the 313. One of the, I guess it's
The solar farm.
the solar farm came out of the 313 with the school. So that's where that increase came from, or was from those two items. That's that.
Any question or comment concerning the modified bill report?
Seems like I always get this motion in every meeting, so I'm gonna move again that we adopt the quarterly modified bill report as reported.
All right. We have a motion. Second by Marla. Any discussion on the motion to approve the quarterly modified bill report? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries without opposition. One question kind of going back a little bit
Okay.
about our appraisal that is in motion right now.
Mhm.
But with respect to TY Pickett, do they come in and are they visit with the office about
Yes.
the utility?
Yes. Jay Reynolds is the one gentleman that comes in and does most of the field work in Kinney County. He'll come in several times during the year. He'll stop in here at the office and let us know what he's up to. Whether he's checking the cell towers. Cell towers he generally does on his own. When it's time to go to the solar and the wind farm, he will come in and we'll go out with him. And Steve and I, you can ask him, we sit there like lumps on a log because they talk about all this kind of stuff. We have no clue what it's all about. But we are present when they're going back and forth. Then Steve is in contact quite often with Jason Kiker out of the Corpus Christi office, dealing with the VPP on most of this stuff and doing back and forth. Steve and him have should I say, love-hate relationship. Hey, Jason can be kind of moody at times.
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, no, Steve knows how to handle it.
You know where the buttons are. man.
Yeah. And, well,
He looks like Danny DeVito.
but he and Steve communicate quite often on the VPP stuff. Then when things, if we have something bigger that we have to deal with, then I get in touch with Doug Osterloh. And Doug Osterloh, if need be, he'll come out and work with us on stuff. And so there is a lot of communication with TY Pickett and the way they do stuff. And they try to include us in anything and everything that they can.
Well, I bring that up because it's always a good thing for not only the board to be aware that TY Pickett is performing those appraisals on those utilities and they're not done in-house.
Right.
And then in addition to that, it's very important for the public, the taxpayers, to know that those items which have grown,
Yes.
not only numerically, but they've grown dollar-wise in
Right.
value. We have a great deal of utilities and assets that
Right.
come under their appraisal.
Yeah. One of the interesting ones will be the yard out here this year because, well, it depends on how the yard is at January 1. And yeah, that will,
You're talking to the equipment yard.
yes, the equipment yard out here at 693 and 90, that they will appraise all of that.
Right at the edge of town.
Yeah.
out here.
What do you use equipment yard?
The equipment yard or the pipeline yard.
Yeah.
There, because they ran all the pipeline in, and they're now distributing it out from there. And all of that inventory will get calculated as it comes and goes, and all that will be worked in above and beyond the pipeline that's getting installed too. And they work directly with the the pipeline people to get all that stuff worked out because it's some big calculations that they have to work with.
In addition to that, the railroad, and of course, that
Yes.
is, not done, TYP are in the house.
That's by the state.
And those values are sent to us in end of July.
Yes, they have to, the railroad has to have it to us by July 25th. Thankfully, they've been getting it to us early over the last 3 years, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, there's usually 3 or 4
Again,
days.
good information for us sitting here at the table, as well as those that, in the community that may not realize that, we don't run out and count the rail
No.
cars or the locomotives or the miles of track. And I believe the division on the rolling stock comes from the state level.
It comes from the state.
Comptroller's office.
Yes, directly.
It actually,
Yeah, because the railroad, just like the pipelines, not only do they take into account their assets, which are on the ground, the actual value of the physical installment, but everything that travels the railroad. And then it gets
call it rolling stock.
rolling stock and the pipeline is the same. Whatever runs through those pipes, that gets calculated out and according to the mileage of how long the railroad or the pipeline is through the county, what volume it carries, how much that particular entity or company or ownership will get taxed on that particular one. Like yesterday, one of the checks that we got was $1.6 million from one of the pipelines. So
And Tim,
they do
Am
bring
I-
in a lot of money.
in case anybody ever says anything, the school and the county, over 80% comes from the utilities and the pipelines of the levy.
Wow.
Yeah.
80%.
Of the levy.
That's a lot. And, which makes it even, more important for us to, make, known to the public that, how those values are arrived at and that they're obviously not generated here in-house, but by others. And
Professionals in the field.
and T.Y. Pickett's been around a long time.
Yeah.
I'm aware of, 50 years that I know of, and I'm sure a lot more than that. But,
Just
anyway,
as an example, Jay that comes and does our stuff here, he spends a lot of his year in Wyoming appraising coal mine. I mean, he does those large open pit mines out in Wyoming. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So, with respect to that, any other question or comment, anything needs to be clarified? But that is interesting for, it's not being too repetitious, but 80% of our levy is generated by those.
for the county and
For the county and the school and the water district.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I think that was well worth us spending just a moment on that, to visit that. Hopefully it helps out to clarify. Anything else?
No, sir, not on mine.
You need to sign it then.
Yeah, you need to sign
We sure do.
and also the
Another 10.
You got a box them, Joe.
You want to use the special pen?
I sure do. I don't want to feel left out. How about you, Mark?
Yes. There you go. And now you're on a roll, man.
You're back.
Hey, goes back in the presidential box.
Well, if there be no other business to attend to at this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
I'm all up to adjourn. We have a second.
No. I'll second that.
Motion to adjourn, any discussion? On the motion to adjourn. If there be none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, but the same sign. And the motion carries without opposition. We are adjourned at
5:38 is what my clock says.
5:38. All right. Thank you all very much.
38 minutes.
38.
That's almost a record.
You're a vision of red, I'm a streak of green, and I'm going to move through you.
Run.